Well, closer to home right now, the National Weather Service is taking a closer look at the damage left behind by yesterday's storm in Gaston County. So we're going to have more on that coming up. But it was just really a 1, 2, 3 punch, it felt like.
Luckily, punches 2 and 3 were much softer than number 1 because we could not take 3 of those punches. But I want to show you what's been happening over the last 24 hours. Check this out. This is the line of storms followed by another line of storms by another line of storms. Now, the good news is notice how you had one through the Charlotte area. Then the second line was just down to the southwest, kind of in between Atlanta and Charlotte. And the last one is now affecting the Atlanta area. So over the last 24 hours officially, we have now had well over 200 wind damage reports from this event entirely. 281 to be exactly over the last 24 hours. But I want to zoom in because we mentioned that the National Weather Service is going to be surveying the damage. So here in Cleveland County, you can see these wind damage reports, and I can actually bring them up exactly what some of them are. This one right here was numerous trees down. That's usually a sign that, hey, that could potentially be at least an EF0 to EF1 tornado, and multiple trees down here in Shelby. However, wind is wind. Realistically, it could be straight line winds that could do that. We've actually seen in Cherville specifically, where they're at right now, that we had a microburst that had winds up to about 90 miles per hour, which would be equivalent to a weak EF1 tornado. Still going to be assessing the damage through Cleveland County over into Gaston County, and they might even go as far as western Mecklenburg County, where there could have been a potential gustnado. It was a beast of a storm system yesterday, one of the strongest ones we've had around the Charlotte area, and it looks like years. And we are also looking at a decent amount of rain down to the south, but not really impacting us. It has been raining sheets around the Charlotte area over the last 2 hours. Now we're taking a break. Today, all in all, is going to be a cloudy day. You might have a break in the sun or the cloud cover a little bit later on, and there's a slight chance for a developing shower or storm. But I think we're exhausted. The atmosphere has already done so much with multiple rounds of thunderstorms. I think it's going to take a break until tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be another chance for storms, but it still looks to be fairly weak and nothing like what we saw yesterday. So Kannapolis, the Cannonballers ballpark, you have temperatures in the mid-60s. It's actively raining here in Kannapolis right now, so it's pushing out of the Charlotte area, moving on to Cabarrus and some of our eastern zones. Temperatures should rebound as we'll have those mostly cloudy to overcast skies a little bit later on. High temperatures in the upper 70s, so we're taking a break from those 80s that we otherwise had. And it's still feeling humid today, but we're also going to see those values come down. Another thing to mention about today that is a cause of concern. Most of the wind damage is done, but wind gusts up to 25 to 30 miles per hour could be enough to be kind of the final blow. Let's call it punch number 4 to some of these trees and tree limbs. Those winds that were gusting at least up to about 50 to 65 miles per hour in many locations could have weakened, say, a large branch up above, or a tree is just about to fall over, already has some damage. So we will have maybe some isolated cases as we work away through the day. We've already seen it this morning with gusts up to 25 miles per hour as a tree actually fell onto a house. Evening forecast. We're dry at this point. By the time we get about 6 o'clock, I'm not even calling for an isolated shower. We're good. Temperatures still pretty mild. And then overnight tonight, we're going to see temperatures fall down into the lower 60s. So it'll be a little bit cooler than we otherwise had over the last few mornings. Tomorrow, not a bad day. I think you're going to see more sunshine, clouds still mixing in from time to time. And again, today, I am optimistic that you might see a slightly brighter sky a little bit later on. But by the mid to late afternoon, you will have another chance for thunderstorms. This will affect the Wells Fargo Championship because it takes lightning to at least delay things for about 30 minutes. You're only seeing a few cells. That's really between about 2 and 7 o'clock. No guarantees here, but that is going to be a possibility. And then heading into the weekend, I think we're good. So our Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, we've got a lot of icons on here, but it's for a good reason. We have either side of 80 degrees today and tomorrow. For your Saturday, we're calling it good. I think you're going to see increased cloud cover, but right now we're removing the rain from the scenario. Mid-70s, this flower block on the 7 there, that's 76 degrees for Mother's Day. Lots of sunshine as well, which, by the way, mid-70s, we're going to have drier conditions, not talking it feeling humid as it has the last few days, and that's also day 4 of the Wells Fargo Championship. After that, we're going to have a slight chance for a pop-up shower and thunderstorm in the upper 70s on Monday, and a much better chance for storms on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it looks like of the 7 days I have up here, the 2 that are staying dry are the weekend days, and I think we definitely deserve it after this most recent severe weather trend.